We've been heading out to the 1,000-yard range lately, doing a lot of shooting, and I thought it would be really cool to talk about one of Wheaton Arms' new precision rifles that you're building. And this is a beautiful, beautiful rifle.
Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the opportunity to come out here and shoot with you today. We brought our new precision rifle out that we're getting ready to release. This is the Answer. For those of you that haven't seen it yet, 6.5 Creedmoor, and it'll be available in about 50 different calibers as well. The 6.5 Creedmoor is the primary caliber that it's going to be initially released in.
Well, that's been such a real popular caliber, especially for the short action type rifles anyway.
It is, it really is. And for whether you're shooting PRS precision rifle matches or whether you're using it to hunt, it's just a great all-around cartridge.
Okay, so what we want to talk about really is look at some of the features. It's funny because you kind of came out with this, started talking to some of the guys in your shop, and you've already just started getting a lot of excitement and orders. And that's one of the reasons why really we just wanted to talk about it. So let's talk about some of the features. I mean, why should they look at something like this? What are some of the features, and what do you think? I mean, like this stock is really cool.
Yeah, the stock, this is, we went with a chassis system from XLR Industries. This is the Element. And the biggest reason why we went with the chassis type system over one of the, your more traditional stocks like a Macmillan or a Manners or something like that is primarily weight. We didn't want you to have a 20+ pound rifle. We wanted a rifle that you could dual purpose with it. If you wanted to go out and win PRS matches with it on the weekend and then go elk hunting in Colorado the next week, this is a great platform to be able to do that. And the way that we were able to do that is by using a chassis system to keep the weight really down on the rifle.
Yeah, and it's fully adjustable. I mean, it's beautiful, aluminum anodized. I mean, nice system.
It's got a nice thick recoil pad on the back. It's skeletonized, so it's super light. It's got your adjustable comb. It's got a couple of screws under here that you can loosen to adjust the length of pull. Again, your screws here to set your comb height. It's got the ability to be able to set the cant, so you can cant the stock to the right or to the left to compensate for your natural point of aim. It's, overall it's got everything that you want with a rifle stock. You've got the ergo grip. It uses a standard type AR-15 grip on it, and there's everybody has their favorite grip that they have for their rifles. So
whatever AR grip they want to throw on there.
That's right. Yeah, it comes standard with this one or the Hogue 15-degree grip, but you're not married to either one of those. If you have a particular grip that you really like, it's one screw to swap it out. You've got your bottom metal that's integrated in with the chassis system. It uses the Magpul AI mags. It's a 5-round or a 10-round single stack magazine.
And those are pretty reasonable, aren't they?
They are. These are under $40 compared to the steel mags, which are approaching $100. They feed great in the rifle. They seat great in the rifle. We've had great results with these mags.
And then moving on up the chassis, I mean that's an anodized aluminum, obviously with relief cuts.
It is. Yeah, it's all anodized aluminum. The chassis is extremely light. They've taken weight out in every place that they needed to be able to keep the chassis as rigid and as lightweight as possible. It comes with a sling swivel up front for mounting your bipod on it. It's also got drilled and tapped holes in the bottom where you've got the option of using a Picatinny rail to mount rails on the bottom or rails on the sides.
Now the barrel, I know it's a Criterion barrel, which are super good, super great barrels.
Yep.
And there's a lot of different barrel lengths.
We decided to go with the Criterion barrels. We did a lot of testing with different barrels and different barrel manufacturers and had really great consistent results with the Criterions. These rifles will be available with anything from an 18 to a 26-inch barrel. You can get it with no threads on the end, just crowned, or you can get it threaded in 5/8 by 24, so you can run your favorite muzzle brake or suppressor on it. At the heart of this barrel system is the barrel nut here. So the barrel screws into your receiver like a traditional Remington 700 barrel does, but instead of having a shoulder that tightens up on your recoil lug, it's got a barrel nut here. And the barrel nut, what this helps to do is to relieve stress on the receiver because you're tightening the barrel nut, obviously, instead of tightening the barrel into the receiver. And it gives you, just like with the AR-15, I think it gives you a more stable, more consistently accurate platform. So another nice feature with the barrel nut assembly here is now you have a quick change barrel system. So once you buy your rifle, you decide you want to try a different caliber. It's as easy as loosening the barrel nut, spinning your barrel off, screwing a new barrel in, putting a headspace gauge in it, and tightening the nut back down, and you've rechambered your rifle in a different caliber.
Oh, that's even easier than an AR-15.
It is.
Because you don't have to put the handguard.
No handguard, no gas block, no gas tube. You don't have any of that stuff to deal with. It'll take you about 10 or 15 minutes to do a barrel swap on your bench. So with our rifles, we're using a Remington 700 receiver. And what we do, we take the receiver and blueprint it. What that means is we go in and we true the receiver on the center line of the bore here. So everything from the center line of that bore is cut concentric from the back of the receiver to the front of the receiver. And all of this helps with accuracy. Your barrel's screwed squarely into the receiver. Your chamber's square to the receiver. Your bolt face is square to the barrel. So when you chamber around, your round's not being chambered offset at an angle, or where your projectile can hit the rifling and the lands at an angle. And all of this helps to improve the accuracy of the rifle. And then on top of the rifle, we've got our Picatinny rail. It comes with a 20 MOA Picatinny rail from EGW. We oversized the scope screws in the receiver from the little 648s to a 840 screw, which is a lot more robust. You don't have to worry about screws breaking or coming loose or anything like that. And just gives you a much more rigid mounting system.
Now, I know it's not part of the package, but what is that scope on there?
The scope on this rifle here, we've got one of the primary arms, 4x14s, with the...
That's the HUD DMR reticle, isn't it?
Yeah, the HUD DMR reticle.
That's a great scope.
I tell you, for the money, those scopes, you cannot beat them. And we went with a set of the AccuTac rings on it with the bubble levels in it, so you can tell that you've got your rifle level before you break your shot, which is really important when you start getting out past 400 or 500 yards to make sure the rifle's level. So with the bolts, we pull the bolts and we blueprint the bolts the same as the receiver. The bolt face, we thread the bolt handles and put one of the Badger Ordnance bolt knobs on it, which are they're one of my personal favorites.
It makes such a difference.
They do. They really do. It gives you something to grab hold of and really be able to run the bolts fast on these rifles when you're shooting competitively. Down below all of that, we've got our Timney 510 trigger. It'll come set at about 1.75 pounds to 2 pounds. And then you have the option of upgrading to one of the new Timney Calvin Elites if you'd prefer to have that trigger system in your rifle as well.
Okay, I know that, especially when you go from 100, 300, 1,000 yards, those really small things make a difference. But we've looked at the advantages to a degree, but what is the real advantage of this than, let's just say, my standard Remington 700 308?
A few different things. One, with the chassis system, it gives you the ability to fit the rifle to you instead of you getting whatever stock they decided to throw on the rifle. It may fit you, the length of pull may fit, it may not. With this, you truly are able to build the rifle and set the rifle up to where it fits you perfectly, whether you're 5'5" or 6'10". So this rifle has the adjustability to be able to fit just about any body size or body height.
Well, and I know that Criterion barrels are just exceptional barrels already.
Yep.
Being crowned, and of course the way it locks up. Of course, blueprinting, obviously that's definitely just getting more precise, more accurate. It's going to give you more consistency.
It is, because everything from the back of the receiver all the way to the muzzle is squared and perfectly concentric. So that makes a huge difference. At 100 yards, you may not see it, but when you start reaching out to 400, 500, 600, 700 yards and beyond, everything being true and concentric makes a huge difference in accuracy with a rifle.
1 MOA at 100 is 10 MOA out to 1,000.
That's right. An inch at 100 yards is 10 inches at 1,000 yards.
So it definitely makes a big difference to making sure about the little things.
That's right. All the little things really come into play the further out you get, from your optics to the ammunition that you're using to especially the rifle.
I want to thank Freedom Munitions for supplying the 6.5 Creedmoor. This is the 147 grain ELD match, and this is from Hornady. And so this is going to be really good. In fact, we've got some other stuff we're getting ready to do. They have a number of different options for the 6.5 Creedmoor if you're looking for it. But this is probably the best stuff on the market. And at Freedom Munitions, you always get a 5% discount using Suit00 when you check out. And that's always good.
Headshot. Yep.
Okay.
What do you think at the top of that target?
I came down 0.2.
Yep. Hit.
Yep. Okay, let me come down 0.2 more.
Yep. Hit. Think. Yep. Yep. Just a little bit lower in that last shot. Yeah. Looks good. Yep.
Got it. Right edge.
Excellent.
Hit.
First time I've ever fired this rifle. First time, 1,000-yard hit. Now Robbie set this reticle up, so all I'm doing is getting the crosshair on it. But man, that's beautiful.
Got it again.
You serious?
Yeah. Hit.
Dang, 3 out of 3.
You see that group at the very bottom of the target?
Yeah.
That's yours. A 3.5, maybe a 4-inch group at 1,000 yards.
I mean, we have peppered that 1,000-yard target.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
We'll leave here today, and that piece of steel is going to be mad at us because it doesn't usually get that kind of activity.
Okay, one of the big things everybody I know wants to know is price. Especially with some of these custom rifles like this, they can run into the $6,000. I've seen them.
And up.
And up, yeah. So what is it? I mean, we know all the features now, so what is the price coming in at?
MSRP on the rifle is $29.99, and we've got a special introductory price on the rifle is going to be $24.99. So, and as long as that price is listed on the website, that's the price that you'll be able to purchase it at.
I mean, that's a great price.
Yeah, yeah. You know, when you look at the new Remington 700 that Remington just released, it's very similar feature to our rifle, and it's $13,000.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Check out Recoil Magazine; it's in there. But you know, just to give you guys a look at the options and the features and
$13,000.
I know, right?
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, as tested, it was like 17,000. $24.99 is a very, very good price point for a custom built rifle.
And that's one of the reasons why you wanted to bring it in.
It is,
because
that's
you
right.
knew that you could be very competitive.
Yep.
Even with the big dogs.
That's right.
Obviously.
There's a lot of good rifle builders out there. There's a lot of good rifles out there, and they generally start at about $5,000 and go up from there. And we started looking around and looking at different features and products that we could incorporate into a precision rifle platform, and we're able to come up with a great rifle for a great value for all of our customers.
If you are interested, you can check out some of the precision rifle classes that Robbie does, and has quite a few competitors. And then we've got a really big one in October that you're going to be hearing a lot more about as well.
Yeah, we've got our precision rifle matches. We've got our first one in April, then May, then September, and then our big match in October. Great opportunity to get you one of these rifles and come out and really learn how to shoot it with some other great shooters, and just have a really good time sending some lead down range.
Oh yeah. Right dead center too. So guys, go out Wheaton Arms. Not only is he doing, of course, these rifles, but you know, if you've watched the channel a lot, we've done a lot of stuff with Glocks. He's offering a lot of Glock aftermarket parts, doing a lot of builds for 1911s. I mean, you name it, full service gun shop, custom gun shop. And Robbie, I really appreciate you coming out. And more importantly, I appreciate you helping me to set my scope to get out to 1,000 yards. So
No problem.
be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Yep. Think. Yep. Now, one thing that I want to just clear up right now, is this a commercial?
No.
Have you paid me a dime?
Millions.
I would tell you where we are, but we don't want everybody and their brother coming down here because we don't have a place to shoot. Just kidding. No, we're not. Yep.
Look at that wild turkey crossing the shooting lane. See him at 500?
Yes.
That big old beard.
Go ahead.
Now let me ask you, what is this right here? Oh, those are just the. Oh, never.
Yep.
Okay, never mind.
So this is just Criterion barrels, just where it's stamped. Obviously, with this one with the 6.5 Creedmoor.
Well, for some reason, when I was over there, it looked like this. I know. It looked like this. So from back there, I was thinking, exactly. What's that?
We blueprint them, same as that we do with the.
Don't do that to me. Comes back on you.
With the echo in the background.
Yeah, I like it. But is
We live, baby. We live. All right. One thing that everybody wants to know, though, is price. And knowing.
I want to thank Freedom Munitions for supplying the 6.5 Grendel. Thank you, Freedom Munitions.